Hello, my lovelies. So I am back, and I don't know what to say. If you can tell by my title and by my voice, I sound horrible, and the title says it all. I'm sick again. I have health problems, as many of you know. Now, do I think it's COVID? No. Was I tested? Yes. Excuse my hair, it's wet. I just got out of the shower a little while ago just to kind of help open my bronchial tubes. Now, what I think it's going to turn out to be, I have to go to the doctor tomorrow, and he's going to go over the results, as I think it's strep. And the reason why I think that is because my husband had it. Sorry if my voice sounds horrible, you just have to get over the horrible sound. My husband had it, my youngest son has it, and my daughter has it. They're all on antibiotics, and I was the last to get sick. Now, the only thing that really concerns me is that my left ear has been bothering me a lot. And when I asked my husband and my daughter if their left ear was bothering them, or any of their, either ear, they said no, that wasn't one of the traits. So I'm starting to think I've got an ear infection too. Of course, my youngest can't really tell me, but when he went to the doctor, they said his ears look great. So I think I also got an ear infection. It happens. Those of you who don't know what strep is, good for you. If you've never had to suffer through strep, you're very lucky. It's taxing, it's tiring. You'll run a fever, your throat feels like you gargled with needles. It can get in your bronchial tubes, it can cause all kinds of trouble. I think I said you'll run a fever. I'm tired, I haven't slept for the past 2 days. I'm so tired. I'll sleep some, wake up. If I'm not up because of me, then I'm up because of my daughter calling for me, or the youngest crying out his sleep because he's having fevers. His fever broke about 3 o'clock this morning, and he's been doing much better. He's on a pretty powerful antibiotic. So is my daughter. She said today that she was starting to feel a lot better. My husband's nearly well. So yay! And my oldest never got sick. So I sent him to stay with his grandparents for a couple of days. He's taking all kinds of preventative measures. He's on Airborne now. If you don't know what that is, you can buy it at pretty much any store. We got ours at Walmart. They're the little gummies. They kind of help boost your immune system. I was supposed to be on it, and I ran out. And with the holiday and all, I forgot to get more, and that's how it got me. And usually I'm super careful about this sort of thing. Somebody sniffles in the house, and I'm out buying stuff. This time, I don't know, I let my guard down. The youngest started school. The 2 oldest started back cyber schooling, and everything was going on, and I just got distracted, and now I am really, really, really paying for it. Like I said, they swabbed me and said that they were going to test for everything, included the virus, which I don't even feel that that's what that is, and neither did the doctor, because he said I don't follow any of the guidelines. I haven't lost my taste. My fever isn't skyrocketing. It's not a dry cough. I'm not having difficulties breathing. Right now I feel like I'm having difficulties thinking. Do I feel kind of stuffy? I do, but it's more like through here. It's just pressure around my eyes, but nothing in my chest. Really sore through my throat. Like I said, my left ear is giving me some problems, but I think that's unrelated. I think that might be an independent ear infection. But strep can cause ear infections, and I didn't know this. I looked it up today on WebMD, and there it was. It sure can. So if it is, he'll tell me. I'll have him check my ears, and he'll let me know, and he'll give me probably ear drops for it. I'm not even sure. Maybe that's still an oral antibiotic. I'm not really even sure. I'm not sure what the treatment is. I know last year my daughter got swimmer's ear back in 2019, and the treatment was a round of drops for her ear, both ears. She had a bilateral ear infection with an upper respiratory infection, and then they gave her a round of amoxicillin with sulfur. So I think it's called Bactrim. Anyway, she took that for the upper respiratory infection, and they said it would help the ear too. And then she put drops in her ear twice a day for I think like 10 days. I can't remember quite. Yeah, it was about 10 days. Anyway, again, like I said, I know this video is probably going to be rough to listen to, but I just thought I would hop on and say something because this channel is about mental health, and mental well-being, which, you know, being abundant in mental health is kind of like mental wealth. So there you go. That's how you tie them together. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, but I do believe that your physical health affects your mental health. How you're feeling physically will affect you mentally, and vice versa. How you're feeling mentally can affect you physically. Like depression can bring on feelings of sickness and unwellness and unrest. Anxiety can do the same. And in the same, setting, sickness, physical sickness, ongoing illness can affect you mentally and cause anxiety and depression as well. So they're all kind of intertangled and interwoven, and especially when you're living in a situation like what we are right now, where everybody's kind of stressed anyway, everybody's worried, children are going back to school, everybody's concerned, and we just don't know. Here we go, right back into fall, and nobody knows what the future is going to bring. Everybody's concerned, trying to remain positive, but everything's so uncertain. And I don't want to sound like I'm just being down and out. It's nothing like that, because obviously we're moving forward, we're making plans, we're living our life. Yeah, we got sick. It happens. Where did it start? I don't know. I know where it ended, with me. But who was the first one to actually get sick? Oh my. That's hard to say. Now, I know it's least likely that my daughter brought it in, so that narrows it down to my youngest, who is in pre-K, or my husband, who works out of the home with the public. It happens. It's not the end of the world. We're getting well, slowly but surely. We're starting to feel better. I'm starting to see more smiles and better appetites, and yeah, right now I'm going through it, but it's going to get better. I mean, there's not a worry in my mind that it's not going to get better. That's just not realistic thinking. And having my family around me, supporting me, and me helping them really helps me stay in a positive mind space. And that's really important when you suffer from depression, anxiety. Just staying in a positive mind space can be so difficult, especially when you're stressed and then you start getting hit with sickness. Your mind space can go to a really dark place. Excuse me. So, and because of these sicknesses, extra cleaning precautions are having to be taken, because we're having to sanitize everything, because my youngest has pica and he will mouth stuff that he's not supposed to. So he will stick things in his mouth and then put it back down. So a lot has gone into making sure that if he does pick something up and put it in his mouth, I'm there to sanitize it very quickly before somebody else touches it. Gloves are on, I sanitize it, and then we continue on with our day. And, when you're already not feeling good, and then you add that into the mixture, sometimes it could just feel a little overwhelming. But I have help, and my husband helps, and my 2 older children help, which right now my oldest son is not here, but my daughter helps out, and she's a blessing. So there's that. I'm not alone, so don't feel sorry for me. And it's not a situation where I'm like, the only way I'm suffering right now is this sickness. But as for like how I'm feeling fine. I have a support system, and I am their support system, and we support each other. That's what a family unit's supposed to do. If I seem like I'm rambling, I'm sorry. I'm super tired. But I did want to hop on here and just talk about how I was doing. And how about the rest of you? Have any of you been struggling with, anything? Strep is going around. Flu's picking up. Oh, gosh. Flu season's kicking in. Bronchitis was going around there for a while. Accompanied with pneumonia. Just let me know. I know a good friend of mine, I consider a good friend of mine, an internet friend, a YouTube friend. She told me that she's recently suffered with strep. And I know how that feels because I'm pretty sure I'm going through it right now. I'm pretty sure this is what this is. This is strep. So I don't want anybody freaking out thinking, oh gosh, she's got the COVID, because I highly doubt that that's what it is. But if I'm proven wrong, and I hope I'm not, you'll be the first to find out, because I'll be on here probably freaking out and having a meltdown, but we're going to melt down together. And but most likely I'm going to be on here tomorrow telling you that it's strep and what the course of action was, and feeling 100% better, because when you know, and sometimes knowing makes all the difference. When you've got a name for an illness that's bugging you, it's better than, the enemy you don't know. So sometimes peace of mind comes with just naming the problem, saying, okay, it's definitely strep, and now we know what we're dealing with, and this is the course of action we're going to take. Sometimes that has such an impact on your mental well-being that it actually feels like you're physically getting better, even though nothing's actually happened except for you've entered a mind state of realization and acceptance and like peace. And that's sometimes better than any over-the-counter or prescription medicine that money can buy. It's just a peace of mind. I've always believed in that as far back as I can remember. Sometimes a peace of mind, or you've heard that saying, laughter is the best medicine. I truly believe in that. Turning, a bad situation into, a situation where you can look on the bright side and change your mindset and change your mind attitude. So, support is sometimes better than any over-the-counter or store-bought medicine. But if you are sick, do see a doctor, and if he gives you a medicine, do take it. Get your prescription filled if you can afford it. There are programs out there that help people who can't afford their prescriptions. Fortunately, I have insurance. I'm not going to go into everything, but I do have insurance. So it's never gotten to a point where I just couldn't afford my medications. So there's that. That's something I'm so glad I did invest in when I was super young. I started investing in was insurance, because I was not taught to do that. I made a conscious decision that I wanted health insurance, and I began investing in health insurance at a very young age. And thankfully, I've never come to a place where I couldn't have some form of health insurance. So I've been highly blessed with that. And the only time I can think that I really didn't have health insurance was before I decided to start investing in health insurance. And that was back when I was actually not in the United States. I was elsewhere, and there was no health insurance over there. Our health insurance would not cover. We had it, I guess, a form of health insurance, but it only covered if you were in your home country. So, and I think that sort of raised an awareness for me. We had somebody get sick over there. He ate some bad fish. He got some bad mahi-mahi. And he didn't have insurance. He had to just write it out. And it opened my eyes to, oh gosh, if we get injured or get sick over here, we are just on our own. Luckily, he lived, but a few months later, another member got injured and he had to be sent back to the U.S. So you see, get your insurance, children. You never know when you may need it. It is an investment worth making. I know some people are not in the financial position, but if you are, please make sure you and your loved ones are insured. It is rough out there right now. Don't be uninsured. Like I said, I don't want to go into my situation about how I was able to get insurance and stuff like that. It's a long story. It's just a lot of boring details, and you know, a lot of people know I have a lot of health issues. So, like I said, just boring details that, yeah. But I am insured, so thankfully. There's not really a whole lot more to say. This video was supposed to be me revealing my wig, but with me not feeling well, I just don't think I'm in the right mindset. It's very late here in the state that I'm in right now, and I'm not sleeping well. So you probably look at my eyes and tell the way I'm speaking that I'm not truly here. So I'm sorry if this seems like a little rambly and a little loopy. I am on medication, which makes me kind of sleepy. Plus, my medication I take on the norm can make you drowsy. But I promise that tomorrow, regardless of the outcome, I will be on here and I will let everybody know what happened. And I promise I'm doing okay. I probably don't sound like it, and I definitely don't look like it. And I'm looking at myself now and I didn't realize how rough I looked. Sorry. I don't have any makeup on, which, like I said, is super late in the state that I'm in. So this is at the time that I would normally wear makeup anyway. But just super drowsy. So with that, I want to tell you all, take care. Please be safe out there. Take your vitamins. Eat your veggies. Drink some water. Try not to get sick. And if you do get sick, go to a doctor and do as he says. But please take care of yourselves. I love you all, and I'd hate to hear anything bad happen to you. I'm going to sign off for right now and try to get some rest. I love you all. Bye. Social distancing kisses.